Motor, how was it to see Robinson really get going today?
Yeah, that was a great sight right there. It's showing that he really maturing and growing up. So we was definitely glad to see that.
Seemed like you guys kind of grew up from last week. How important was it to come into today and even this whole week? And as you guys say, 1-0 each week.
Very important, because we definitely had to bounce back, focus up on the details, and that's what we did. We made it happen.
First couple of drives offensively kind of stalled out near the red zone and ended up in field goals. How important was it for you to put the first points on the board when you punched in that score?
Very important, because that keeps momentum going. That keeps everybody going. That's energy level. So that was very big.
I think one of your teammates said this week that Motor doesn't care if he gets a yard or 200 yards as long as you win.
Definitely, we need that day, no matter what.
Do you sense, though, that they loaded up to stop you today, and that's why the passing game was one of the reasons it was so successful?
I guess you could say that. We definitely did big in the pass game, so yeah, I guess you could say that.
Were you still bummed not to have that long touchdown towards the end?
It is what it is, man.
I saw a reaction there. You seemed pretty upset a little bit.
Yeah, that's always gonna happen. You don't want to see nothing come back. You want to keep points on the board, but so what? Now what?
Obviously, last year during the long winning streak, it was okay. After he's going to put up 500 yards a game, the Motor's always going to score. He's going to run for 100 yards. Is it strange that you win a game like today where you put up 500 yards of offense and you only finish with 50-something yards?
No, that's not strange at all. That's what comes with the game.
Jovon, congratulations. You're now the leader of the receiving corps. How does that make you feel?
It feels good, but it's just another game.
How excited was it to finally make that FAU home debut?
Oh, it was exciting. I've been waiting a whole year for this. So now that I actually have my opportunity to play my first college game in Miami, where I'm actually from. So it's had a lot of family in the stands, and it made me feel good to go out there and showcase my talent in front of my family.
Last year was you and Chris on the scout team. This year it's you and Chris on the first team offense, and the results are good.
It's just me and Chris. We talk every day. We trying to just keep that chemistry level at a high level.
When we spoke a couple weeks ago, you said you came to FAU to show that you're a complete receiver. You're not a deep threat. Through 2 games, do you feel like you've shown that?
I felt like I showed just a little glimpse of it, but I still haven't opened myself up yet. We still got a whole season for me to do that.
What are we going to see when it opens up?
Me catching the ball and just get any yards I can get.
Jovon, that little flip pass play seemed to work pretty well today. Was this just a concerted effort to get you guys on the perimeter against them that might have advantage in team speed?
That was, once we ran that play once, we seen that we kept getting positive yards on it. So the coaches just kept it in his game plan, keep running, and then obviously I kept breaking long on it. So I could have scored on one of them, but I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing.
Jovon, how tough was last year for you, just sitting out and having to be on that scout team?
Oh, it was real tough. But me, I put that out the window, and I just being a team player, the best team player I can be, for the last team, and just going on scout team and being the best receiver I can be. Our scout team last year helped our defense out big time. So just bringing that intensity, it's just now it's like I'm on full go now. So.
Was that kind of like your Saturdays practices? Was that your game day?
Oh yeah, I treat it every day like it was a game day to me. And then when the game day actually came, then I was on the sideline cheering my teammates on.
Does it make it even sweeter now to be having the success you're having after having to have sat that year last year?
I always told myself that I had a point to prove. Sitting out a whole year and being at West Virginia and not being the person I am. Right now I feel like I'm being the person that I am, and we still got more games to show who I really am.
The trio of you, Willie, and Pico. How dangerous could you guys really be?
We could be really dangerous. But we just taking it one game at a time. Who knows? Next game we might go harder than what we did this game. So.
What were you thinking when you saw that punt block?
It's football. Things happen. So we just once we seen the punt block, we just had to go on the field and execute the plays that was called so we could keep our team in the game. So
good, the way you and Jovon really all had huge roles in this game. What was it about this game that you felt you might have that sort of thing?
We just came out and just competed at a high level. We all knew we could do it. We just had to make the plays and they were calling.
You guys feel you have the speed advantage and there was a concerted effort to exploit that?
Yes, sir. I think so.
What
Did you see a different Chris Robinson today than we saw last week?
Yeah, we did. He was he did a lot of his throws that he was throwing, so it made the game a lot easier for us.
Because you played with a few quarterbacks now. What is it about Chris that makes him so special?
He's confident. So I mean, he tells us just go out there, run your route. I'm gonna put it there. So I mean, we have confidence in him, and he has confidence in us. So it motivates the team to do the right thing.
It seems like they were giving you a lot of space on the sideline. They weren't pressing you in on man coverage. How were you able to beat that and really take advantage of them, giving you that space?
I mean, we studied film on them, so I mean, we knew they were going to come out and try to press us, but they didn't. So I mean, we just attack, and we beat them. So I mean, that's all that really matters.
What does Jovon bring to the wide receiver unit? I mean, he wasn't here last year, but it seems like he's getting his hands on the ball a lot.
Jovon brings speed, I mean, I know back in high school, so I played with Jovon before, so I mean, he brings speed and he brings that up tempo, he brings the receiving core together.
You, Vaughn, Willie, I have to think that's maybe the best three-headed trio in Conference USA.
Definitely.
What makes the three of you so dangerous?
We're versatile, unmatched speed, I mean, we could block, run good routes, and that's just the advantage we have.
Thank you.
Nice trade, man. Well, Willie, you got to shrug twice though. How much fun was today, especially after last week?
It's about a fun day. We still made some mistakes. We still got to become loud, do some more work, and we'll be okay.
That second touchdown was a thing of beauty. Can you run us by that real quick? What were you thinking? That move, that dive, everything else?
Just got on his toes, caught the ball, made it seem like I won the field, stopped him down, got to the zone.
Did you do a shrug after that one? You seemed pretty pumped. I don't remember seeing a shrug after that.
I ain't getting sure at the time.
You did? Yeah. You seemed like you were in the zone.
Willie, with Chris today, I mean, how special did he, for you, how special was he today?
Today he was special because of the O-line. O-line blocked him good. He took it to a whole nother level today. Coach was putting pressure on receivers, made plays, and then we made plays. I guess you saw the results.
Do you feel like there's more pressure on you, Pico, the other receivers, when Motor really isn't at his peak?
No, so it is not no pressure because we all make plays. If Motor not running the ball as well, we got to pick up the slack. So that's what we do. So block for him, catch balls.
How did you guys stay sharp during the play? How did you guys stay busy during the play?
Kept staying focused, going over plays, stretching, just staying focused, not letting nothing distract us at all.
Billy asked him what he did during the delay.
I would listen to music, just staying loose.
No, I said ask Jake. Ask Jake what he
What you
did.
did during the delay?
I was on my laptop the whole time.
Eating popcorn.
Eating popcorn in the air conditioner. It's the life.
I was studying for a test during the play.
How'd you like the new locker rooms?
It was awesome. The older guys been waiting years for it.
Right.
It was good to share that moment with the older guys because they've been waiting forever. So it was a good moment.
What's your favorite part about the new locker room?
Got more space. We can spread out. Got more space.
Thank you.
Thanks, Willie.
James, it was clearly a game where tackling is important. Is that one reason you played a lot today, is to have that ability in the run support?
Yes, sir.
How do you feel you guys did as a defense against the defense? An offense is very difficult to defend.
We did pretty good, you know, a couple misarmed plays, but we still got a lot of work on, you know, but we played fast today than last week.
How much did the Navy game last year against the triple option help you guys prepare for Air Force?
It gave us like a big idea, like what they was gonna run, what we had to do, like line up, just get the call, line up, and just execute.
How much fun was it watching the offense today?
And yeah, it was pretty awesome. Like guys wide open, catching balls, like it was pretty awesome today.
You had not one but 2 tackles where you ended up flipping the guy. Take me through how you were able to make that happen.
You know, I'm reading my keys. Once my keys like set, I trigger, make a play, make a big play.
Is that exciting? I know it looks like from upstairs, you know, when you lay a big hit like that, it's exciting, but you lay 2. How exciting is that?
That's very exciting for me, like just to get on the field. It's like a great opportunity to play college football, make tackles, make plays. That's all I'm about.
How do you guys stay sharp during the delay?
You know, we just stay focused because, you know, we used to this. We do this every day in practice. You know, we used to this. So, you know, we just took our advantage. Like, we took it to our advantage. It helped us a lot. You know, we was ready to come out and play.
For a DB, playing the triple option may not be the most exciting, but did you kind of approach it, you know, with that mentality that you wanted to play a physical game? And
yes, sir, because I came from Deerfield. That's what we used to run like WT a couple of years back. You know, I was like similar like the offense what we used to have, so I was ready to do it.
James, how do you think the defense, and especially the DBs, responded once Jalen was out?
All us responded like all us like was shocked, but at the same time, you know, next man up, all us gotta be prepared with T call and then like execute. That's what Lane kept telling us. If you're a 2, play like a 1. But when you're on the field, everybody's a 1.
Anyone else? Rashad had a career high in tackles today.
Rashad, how would you characterize the day for the defense against a team that's very difficult to play? It takes discipline, it takes commitment.
It was a hard-fought game, and we came out on top.
How good is that first career kick?
Feel amazing.
I mean, after the block punt and then the onside kick, what was the attitude of the defense? You know, you're putting a tough spot on it.
On one stop, all we need is one stop in the game.
After last week, we know what last week was, but to come out today with such a close win and, you know, thrilling win, how important is that for the team and just the overall mood?
Get us back on winning track and keep the winning streak going. It's great.
Did they surprise you with anything they did today?
When they were regular formation, when they went to high, that surprised me a little bit. It was working, so.
They were at, I think, 3 for 15 on 3rd and 4th downs. What does that tell you?
We played together as a defense and we saw them.
Who had the better hitting day, you or Pierre?
I'll give it to Pierre.
Anyone else?
What's been the biggest difference changing you this season? I mean, you had two games in a row where you've kind of been the leader on the defense.
Putting God first and just the attention to detail and just working.
How much has Azeez taught you, like kind of being like a mentor to you? Has he helped you out a lot?
This is day one, he always been there for me, and I'm just working.
What's the job Cantrell did today?
He did a great job punching the C guy. Good job.
What else?
Azeez, obviously in the first half, you only gave up 1 touchdown. Did that sort of give you guys confidence that you've played a team like this before that ran the same type of offense, that you could more or less shut them down?
I mean, of course. I mean, I guess you see, like you said, only giving up a touchdown. Really, we didn't want to let them score at all, but the game is a game. You know, you just keep playing, keep fighting. And I think the biggest message really is going to halftime, even when they did get the 1 touchdown. You know, just watching all the films from last year. You know, so many games they were down by 21 points, 28 points, and they came back and won. So my big message in halftime was just letting the team know, it doesn't mean anything. And that's the team that's going to keep fighting. As you see, I mean, went literally down to the wire when it should have been over. And so that's obviously some misexecution on us, but at the same time, it's just a team that's going to keep fighting, and you really got to close them. And You know, like Rashad with the pick, he really got to end it. So that was really just a good finish by the defense.
How do you think the team responded this week after, losing last week?
I think we responded real well. We had really good practices on Tuesday, Wednesday. We were real physical. They tackled really well in practice, and it carried over into the game. The coach really got on us, and we got on each other, and I think that's what really took us over the hump to finish it this time.
Did you say anything to the defense after Air Force blocked the punt to make it a one-possession game?
I think it was kind of unspoken. Just everybody knows what we got to do. Either way it goes, we're going to have to stop them. Obviously, when they block the punt, it's just something you cannot let happen. So we got to get that fixed. 2 weeks in a row, allow somebody to block the punt. Under any circumstance, it's not okay. So we're going to try to get it fixed and make sure we get it fixed. So moving forward, it doesn't happen again. But the defense, you just go out there and play. We can't control it. So now that was really the biggest thing that the coaches were telling us, and it is what it is. Either way, we're going to go out there. So.
How much fun was it watching Chris today?
I'm sorry?
I said, how much fun was it watching Chris today?
Oh, it was fun. Obviously we're on the sideline making adjustments, but just seeing him throwing the ball around and making plays, I think that was really good for him. I talked about him a little bit earlier in the week, and I just think he's doing a great job of leading this team, leading that offense. So hopefully he just keeps progressing.
Last year you guys were 0-2 at this point. How important was it to get a split? And it looks like you guys can build momentum off of this one.
It was really important, but at the same time, you just take it one game at a time. So it's almost the most important thing is to get the win. So obviously this week, last week is last week. We just kind of let it go. Obviously you hold on to it from a standpoint of learning. But I just think, okay, we got to get to 1-1 because we were 0-2 last year. It's just, every week you want to win that game. So it's really just 1-0 that week, and keep focusing like that, and to keep trying to get that one win every time, and you're going to end up piling up. So.
I don't know if you're aware, but you broke the solo tackle career record today. How does it feel?
I didn't know, but I don't really care about that, honestly. I know it's probably not maybe a good way maybe people see it, but I'm just worried about playing better. I could have made a lot more tackles than I did. I missed a few tackles, so I think just me trying to be a perfectionist, those are the stuff that gets to me. I don't care much about the tackles I make. I feel like I'm supposed to make those plays. But Rashad really, had my back today. 16 tackles he made, really covered my butt. So just so proud of him and how he played today, closing the game with the pick after I dropped another pick. So I'm really proud of him, and just want to see him keep progressing, and let's keep progressing, trying to be the best linebacker core in the country.
It's the first time in a while that you guys have been in a close game late. How did you see the sideline respond to that situational stuff?
Like I said earlier, it was really just a so what now what mentality. If offense got stopped on 4th down, we just said so what now. We got on the field. Defense, we got to get stopped. Defense, we gave up touchdowns, and offense just had our back. I think it was just having each other's backs, and it is what it is. That's how the game's gonna go. You're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some, but when you win, you got to make sure you win more than you lose, so that you can win the game. So I think we just did a good job of that.
Anyone else? Thank you.
Thank you.